But before we start, before you guys get into your very long, thorough, contextual news stories, I just want to bring some light on something that we've been talking about lately. It's still circulating in the news. We recently did a show with Norm Finkelstein and newcomer Jessica San Luis on the recent Alioto opinion. And it's not the first time we covered the constitutionality of Roe, as we did a show late last year on the same thing with scholar Sarah Mellers and Lillian Cherchia. While the leak of the Alioto opinion has brought thousands to the street to protest something they find unconstitutional, a woman's right to have autonomy over her body, the silence can be deafening around what was already been underway for years when it comes to the rights of poor women. During the 80s with crack and then again in the 2000s with meth, judges began applying felony charges called chemical endangerment to women who tested positive for drugs or were suspected of using drugs while pregnant. There's also something called fetal assault and child abuse laws that allow civil containment to mandate drug treatment by claiming they were putting the fetus into protective custody. Recently rereading Adolph Reed's class notes, he has a line in a chapter about underclass ideology, and it goes like this. If a 35-year-old lawyer decides to have a baby without seal of approval from church or state or enduring male affiliation, we do not consider her to be acting pathologically. We may even laud her independence and refusal to knuckle under patriarchal conventions. Why does such a birth become pathological when it occurs in the maternity ward in Lincoln Hospital in the South Bronx, say, rather than within the pastel walls of an alternative birthing center? If a woman's decision expresses pathology because she makes it in poverty, then we have fallen into tautology. She is poor because she is pathological because she is poor. From a recent article in Filter magazine, if you are pregnant and suspected of drug use, all bets are off in terms of due process. It could become a crime to access prenatal care, not access prenatal care, seek care after an assault, have HIV, attempt suicide, give birth at home, voluntarily have a cesarean, resist a forced cesarean, or decline to be voluntarily sterilized. Prisoners can be detained longer if it'll stop them from getting an abortion or if they're deemed likely to get pregnant again. We can't just fight for the rights of the deserving masses. We must fight for the rights of all people. You often hear on the left and in liberal circles the cry of poor people vote against their own best interest. If you are poor, and especially if you're in the penal or welfare or foster care systems, the state can be your biggest enemy. Just something to think about when we talk about control over women's bodies. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe on your way out. You can catch the live stream of This Is Revolution every Tuesday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time and Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. This is Revolution.